Hi everyone, welcome to the Forge. I wanted to take a few minutes to make a video showing how I take a 5-ton log splitter from Princess Auto and turn it into a forge press. Safety first. If you're going to move this by yourself, make sure you lift with your legs and then trigger a twisting, wrenching motion with your back. To open the package, make sure that you've used the appropriate tool. In this case, I found the closest thing that I could find to an X-Acto knife and carefully cut towards myself. My plan all the way through this build was to modify the stock log splitter as little as possible. Everything that I used on it was modular and could be removed with just bolts. So there's no welding to the machine itself, there's no welding to the stand, everything's bolted on. One of the most time-consuming parts of this build was turning the shaft down 2 millimeters along its width. To do that, I used my improvised lathe that you see here, just using a DeWalt drill, my belt sander. We can see in the end it worked. This step's not really required, but I didn't want to sacrifice the RAM that came with the unit itself. I wanted to start from scratch. For the foot pedal, I used a combination of scrap steel laying around, a couple of key rings, and bike cables that I found at Canadian Tire. One of the key features that I wanted to incorporate were quick change dies. I made several different sets, everything from flattening dies to lengthening dies, and I wanted to make sure that they were slid in and out properly and weren't difficult to use. Each of them are square, so that I can rotate them 90 degrees depending on the orientation of the workpiece. The reason I chose this particular log splitter to start with is that the cylinder and the ram are perfectly in line. They're not offset like many log splitters that I've seen. All log splitters have some sort of safety feature to make sure that you can't have your hands in the ram when it's in operation. That doesn't work well for forge press. So the way that I designed this one is to use a foot pedal, and the foot pedal presses the button at the same time and pulls the lever as well. So you can use this one hands-free. One foot does all the actuation, leaving both of your hands free to work with the workpiece. I included this clip to show that when the ram is in operation and comes in contact with the die, there's no deflection. Again, that's why I chose the cylinder inline. Here's a quick action clip showing how the forge press makes out against a little piece of sand mine. No problem. If you have real blacksmith in the room or small children, please have them avert their eyes. This is what happens when I use narrow dies with the full 5-ton pressure. And this is before I realized that I would need lateral support on the anvil. Gruesome.